Welcome back, my friends. This is Mr. Alan in the world of toys, and this is another HeroQuest review. Are you ready to go inside to find the monster and to escape? Yes, we are ready, my friends. Here we go, my friends. This is the review of the quest number 6, Legacy of the Orc Warlord. Officially is the number 6, but basically is the number 5 because I don't consider the trial or the maze. The first quest, typical quest, is just a tutorial. Therefore, to me is a number 5, but officially is the number 6. Legacy of the Orc Warlord. As usual, I have my quest book, but my quest book is in Italian. However, I read for you the quest in English, the English version, guys. Legacy of the Orc Warlord. Ulak's full offspring Grak has sworn revenge and those who killed his father. Although he has taken him several months, and he's finally tracked you down and captured you in ambush. Now you are held prisoner in his dungeons, while he racks his brains to devise a terrible punishment for you. While the guard sleeps, however, you manage to pick the lock of your cell with an old rat bone. You must find your equipment and escape. There we go, my friends, the cell with our heroic warriors, and they need to find their equipments and escape these dungeons. And the brutal barbarian, broken the door with his big swords. And there we go, outside the door. He find immediately a goblin and start a fight between the barbarian and the goblin. Yes, the barbarian fight with 3 dice against the goblin, and the goblin is over. Later, the barbarian goes through this corridor and find a closer door. It's time to open another door with a big sword of the barbarian, my friends. And what a bad moment for the barbarian. The barbarian go inside and find 6 orcs, including Grak. This is Grak, the sidekick of Ulak, and it's time to fight. The barbarian start his fight. Again, the barbarian uses power and destroy 1 orc and fight against the female barbarian. Is in trouble, but back to the dwarf situation. The dwarf go outside the door and through the corridor, find the same room of the barbarian and start a fight over this orc. Here we go. The dwarf fight and destroy this orc is over. And the barbarian attacks the femur and the femur goes down, my friends. But the fight continues against Grak and this other monster. Back to the elf situation. The elf goes outside the door but decides to go in this other way. The elf is looking for the equipment. And his spells also. He wants his spells immediately. The elf goes through this corridor, my friends, the elf, and wants something, the elf. Something inside this room. And inside this room, the elf finds equipment. His equipment and also of the other guys, and goes outside immediately. In the same time, the wizard goes outside. Goes outside the same corridor and find the elf, start a conversation. Hey elf, I'm the wizard and I want my spells. Okay, I give you, no questions about it. Very good, good luck. And now also the wizard has his spells and find the escape of the dungeons. The elf go in the other way. Back to the barbarian and dwarf situation. The fight continues with the barbarian dwarf against the monster, the big monster, and they destroy also another orc and another one, and also Grak, the sidekick of Ulak is over. But the other 2 orc fight against the barbarian, 2 against 1. Dwarf help the barbarian, and again, because of the dwarf power, the other orc goes down. Only 1 orc, 2 against 1, is the turn for the barbarian. 3 combat dice, and also the other orc is over. Back to the elf situation. Here we go, the elf goes through this corridor, and the elf goes right here, my friends, find something, and find a huge, giant, nasty femur. The elf needs something to attack the femur. And the elf use a storm! Use a storm! Use a storm! Against the monster. The femur is over. Later the elf continues and goes in the corridor, but find a trap. Jump over the trap and goes in this other corridor. But the corridor is closed. Back to the wizard situation. The wizard goes to this corridor, but find a trap and escape this trap. With his magic power, open the door without to use a spell. Go inside and find an orc. And this orc start a fight with the wizard, but the wizard is a powerful man of magic. He's a magician. He's a powerful man. Air spell, a big wind spell. Destroy the orc. Back to the dwarf and barbarian situation. Barbarian and dwarf still together goes outside this room and goes through this corridor. The dwarf and the barbarian watch everything and continues and find. And the elf, do you have our equipment? You talks about the equipment that we lost? Yes, he talk about that, says the barbarian. Yes, I give you. Here we go. We are ready to go outside. Guys, I believe that we can stay together, says the elf. In the same time, the wizard use a hair spell and pass through the wall, my friends. The wizard pass through the wall, but find some monster and also the escape and use one spell, two spell, three spell and destroy all three monster. And the wizard escaped the dungeons, the first one, but back to the situation of the other guys, my friends. The other guys following the elf. Guys, we have 3 doors. 1, 2, and 3. We need to separate. Yes, we need. And they goes in 3 different rooms. The dwarf open this room and find 1 and 2 goblins ready to fight. Start a battle. The dwarf fight against the goblin again, and take a look. The skull. Both goblin goes down. The dwarf open with the battle axe the other door. Open another door with this sword and find an empty room with a table. He decides to go in this other corridor. He doesn't care about the other guys. The elf continues and find another corridor, my friends. In this corridor, find a goblin and start a fight. But the elf once again using a spell, a water spell, a fog spell. And the goblin is over and open another door immediately. The elf find a female and the orc. Use his last spell, my friends, the genius, and fight with 5 combat dice and destroy the female. And the orc is almost there and says, tell me where is the escape? Back to the previous corridor and you can find the escape, but don't kill me. The elf doesn't care of the life of the orc and then kill also the orc, and the orc is over. The elf goes to this corridor, my friends, and needs to find the escape of the dungeons and find another corridors. A door, go inside this door, go inside and fight other guys, and also the elf find the escape of the dungeons. Speaking of the legacy of the Orc Warlord, I believe the only thing that I don't like that we have and a property Greg figure. I believe that can be better. This quest with a property fee miniature of Craig, the full offspring of Ulax. What do you think about that? Thanks for watching, my friends, and don't forget, share this video on social media and with your friends, with a message also if you want, with a private message with your friends. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe the channel because more HeroQuest review are coming on this channel. Therefore, subscribe and support the channel, my friends. Thank you so much. So long, everybody.